Morning, welcome to the video. So this week, a little bit of a different week, bit of an odd week. I suppose what it is just getting rid of all the those kind of winter projects before the lawn care season really starts. Monday was spent on last week's turfing job, actually, just putting in a red robin hedge for them in their front garden. Didn't really film anything there, to be honest. Got some photos, I might add some now, but it was a hedge they'd already bought, and they were, can you put it in for us? Saves us doing it. So I gave them a price. They were happy with that. So so that was Monday. Now Tuesday, as in yesterday, it's now Wednesday, I have been pressure washing a property, which you would have seen. I'll show you it in a minute. When I first started, particularly on my own, pressure washing was a service I offered, and there is some I think that's royalty, that helicopter. I'd say that's Prince Edward. If you know the location, you'll probably agree. Anyways, I purchased off someone I knew a second-hand petrol pressure washer, and I thought this is going to be great, and this is going to really sort of help, you know, during the winter, find bits of work to do. Unfortunately, the pressure washer was cursed, and every time I used it, something went wrong, and it was always something different. And I got myself professional mechanics and stuff to look it over, and you know, fix whatever was wrong, and then basically look it over to prevent something else from going wrong. And they all did it, and sure enough, the next time I used it, something went wrong. To the end, I was just like, oh, this is ridiculous. I had one pressure washing job booked in, and that's when I didn't do pressure washing again for years after that. So I started off, I thought, I can't face taking all the petrol stuff, getting it all set up for something to go wrong. I just know it will do. So I took my little K2 Karcher pressure washer, and I thought, at least I can just get through it without anything breaking. It might take a bit longer, but at least I won't have a broken pressure washer on my hands. And everything was going all right. It was a rainy day, so it was brilliant. I wasn't sort of missing out on any other work. And then as I'm jet washing, I could smell smoke. And I let go of the trigger, turn round, nothing going on. Carry on, definitely smell smoke. Let go of the trigger, turn round, nothing. Pulled the trigger, and as I pulled the trigger, I'd say 2-foot flames came shooting out of the Karcher. So I took my hand off the trigger, flames went away. Put my hands back on the trigger, flames back. I was like, oh no. So I thought, okay, fine. I've only got a little bit to do. So I went back the next day, and it was probably one of the furthest properties from my house that were on my books, as it were. And I thought, right, I'll take the petrol pressure washer. There's not much to do. It inevitably will go wrong, but surely I'll have enough time to get this done. And I set all the pressure washer up. You know what it takes time, doesn't it, setting it all up? Set it all up, pulled the trigger, something went in it, and then all of a sudden there was like high pressurized water just shooting 30 feet into the air, and then and that was that. So anyway, I explained I've got I explained to the client, who I'd known for a long time, I've got a pressure washer which has caught fire, I've got another pressure washer which has just exploded or whatever, and they had a really old Karcher, so I just sort of finished the job with that. And I thought, do you know what, this is too much hassle, I'm never doing this again. So that was that. But the more sort of years have gone by now, and I'm thinking about it's quite good work. I've been speaking to a couple of friends who do it and they've been telling me all about what equipment I should use and etc. And I really thought about, anyway, so I booked in some jobs, and I thought I'll just hire a pressure washer, and then we'll see how it goes. And then if, you know, this becomes regular work, then I'll look to actually invest the money into buying one. The professional setup is to have your pressure washer and then have your surface cleaner. Now, from what I've seen, 20 litres per minute is the ideal kind of ratio that you want. 15 just about, 12 probably not enough. At 20, you know, you definitely need that wheelie bin to fill up with water, because you're pumping it out quicker than the the household pressure, if you like. So what it seems that all the hire shops near me do a surface cleaner with the pressure washer built on top. Now I'll show you it. So this is it. So there's a surface cleaner underneath. You've got this big Honda engine on it, and I think the flow rate is about 13 litres per minute. Now you can flick this handle, put the lance on, flick this handle, put the lance on there, and then just use it as a normal pressure washer if you prefer. I did this driveway yesterday, and this was a solid 8 hours. And what I ended up having to do was going over it 4 times with the surface cleaner, and then with the lance having to blow out all the rubbish. And I don't know, it is a lot better than what it was, but it's not how you see the pros doing it. Also, this thing is pretty heavy and it has a mind of its own, so when you're doing it on a slope, you're having to really fight it and push it in the direction you want to go. Would I hire it again? Definitely not, but it is what it is. I'm on this job, and we will do the best we can. Now, although it took forever to do yesterday, that was the block paving. Today it's all this Indian sandstone. So we've got this walkway to the wall there, then we've got the patio around the back, which is the bigger area, but I'm assuming this will be a lot quicker. I've put some hypo down just to help get everything cleaned up, and yeah, I'll show you it in action, I suppose. Okay, so this is the back patio. It's quite interestingly where the furniture is. That's the greenest areas. So I'm hoping this won't take too long. I mean, I'm still expecting it to take hours, but not too long. Okay, so this area is done. It's one of those ones, isn't it? I don't know what you guys do, but between getting the moss out and blowing the grout out, and this is really flaky and cracks really easily, so it's kind of that fine line, isn't it? You can do too much or you can do too little. I'm trying to keep the grout in. That's my aim. It's the slabs which are slippy, they're the issue, aren't they? I took a photo here, so I'll show you this one, what it did look like. Okay, so all done, tidied up, put away. So this basically took half as long as the driveway. So I guess that's the difference between block paving and this Indian sandstone. So I guess as it dries, it will come up a little bit. It will come up better. Actually, every time I go around the front, it seems brighter as it dries. So I do need to come back and sand the driveway. So I'll probably do that next week, because I think the next 2 days are going to be pretty wet. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Morning. So it is a Friday. Didn't film anything yesterday. It was just a regular mowing job. First of the year there, but nothing really exciting. So I am back at my old client's new property, and what we're doing is just sorting out this path, trying to get some paving slabs from where they park the cars on the gravel over to the path. So obviously you can see here, this is the first step. It's not particularly great, so this isn't so bad. And then this bit here, you've got two tiny little stones, and then you've got a mud fest under the gate. So what we're going to do is probably bring another slab in, which isn't necessarily in keeping with these slabs, but from a health and safety point of view and not walking mud through the house, it'll make a big difference. And I'm sure this will all be subject to change anyway. So really what I'm going to do is take those two little bits out, try and find a slab that's sort of a bit more in keeping to go in there, and then those two can kind of come into here, I suppose, to build up that first step. I think that first step is the kind of the more important one, at the first and last. These slips over here, they don't obviously get used quite as much. You can see where I've edged these ones, and then these ones are yet to be done. So yeah, this is the first job of the day. What I'm doing here is just finding the edge, tap, 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 till there's no more tap. Then I'm edging, and I'm just pushing as I edge in to the slab. And I'm following the edge. Okay. Then with my hoe, I'm just scraping along. And just exposing the edges. And there you can see. So something along those lines. These ones aren't that bad, as I say. This was the verge you saw me trim last week. It's very much growing actually. I'll probably look to tidy up this roadside at some point. I don't know if that's rustic looking or not. Is it meant to be like that? I guess the rest of the verges are. Okay, hiding from the rain now, which is annoying because I sort of had finished that area, I just hadn't finished tidying it up yet. So we'll wait and see. I might have to put my old pressure washing waterproofs on just to try and finish off. But yeah, bloody annoying. I expected this rain to be honest, to be on Thursday, yesterday, but it hasn't happened yet. But when I get an opportunity, I'll show you what I've done, and then we'll. Well, if it settles in like this, then that'll be it. So the rain went from heavy to hard to ending at biblical, I would say, and that was that really. It's stopped raining now, but I would have liked to have at least finished by showing you what I'd achieved. But the rain came down from the top of the valley and just basically, or the top of the street, and just flooded that whole area. I managed to sort of dig a trench in on the gravel driveway there just to kind of make the water sort of pass through and carry on. But by the time I'd done that, the whole grass area was underwater, so actually I couldn't show you anything anyway. Hopefully the little trench I've dug is enough now, but it was outrageous. But anyway, I'll show you that next time I'm there. I'll be there next week. Definitely, probably a good, about fall over for a full day's, probably, yeah, say full day's worth of work. But anyways, that's another week. Not long till full mowing weeks, etc., etc. I'll see you in the next one.